watch phone. Yeah, Tone. If you wanna parlay, down low wanna parlay. I just hit a parlay. I'ma throw a party. If you wanna parlay, down low wanna parlay. I just hit a parlay. I'm about to throw a party. I just woke up, it's time to check out my parlay from last night. I hope it's a good day. If I'm on top the leaderboard on Wanna Parlay, that mean it's a good day. Oh yeah, I forgot that the Hawks played. I bet you Jordan Poole have an off day. Guaranteed Travis Hunter made a mouse play. If so, I done cashed on my parlay. 2 picks, 4 picks, 6 picks, 7 picks. Pick your poison. Wanna Parlay, then download the app right now. Come on, join it. You lose one time, gotta keep on going. Flip them winners, gotta stack them coins. Stay in the race like Jacket Joyner. You'll win if you stack them points up. NBA, CBB, MLS, NFL, MLB. Take your time, build your slip. NHL, MMA, UFC. Yeah, you can go big on big. Yeah, or you can go small on small. World Series, Super Bowl, March Madness, Championship, win them all. If you wanna parlay, down low wanna parlay. I just hit a parlay. I'ma throw a party. If you wanna parlay, down low wanna parlay. I just hit a parlay. I'm about to throw a party.
Welcome back, folks. We are live. This is the Wanna Parlay Podcast. This show is brought to you by Wanna Parlay, home of the $2 parlay and the world's richest parlay, where every day people are turning $2 into $2,000. My name's Lantz Bell. Below me is ToneTheGoat, and we've got a great show for you guys today. And before we get started, quick announcement. I'm going to keep doing these announcements. We now will be giving a $2 entry ticket to anyone that shows face on this podcast. And when you do so, you will have an opportunity to give us a 2-man parlay. And if that parlay wins, you will earn $10 more in entry tickets, which will give you an opportunity to win thousands on Wanna. So take advantage, folks. Show your face. Don't be scared. Put your money where your mouth is. And if you're a regular on this show, you know that we always start with accountability hour. And with that being said, I'll just start it off. I went 3-3. Wasn't great. We went 6-0 the day before, 3-3 yesterday. It's 9-3 so far this week, doing player props in the playoffs on this show. So, we're hanging in there. Kristaps Porzingis over 18.5 points. This was a lock. This guy was definitely took the most shots on the team. He was firing all game long. Covered that number easily. Peyton Pritchard over 11.5 points. His line moved to 13.5 right before tip-off. Still covered. Peyton Pritchard's a dog. Thank God for him. And we had Draymond Green over 5.5 assists. This was a loss. The physicality in that Rockets-Warriors game was insane. And the injury of Jimmy Butler, there was not much offense, folks. There was not much offense outside of Steph and Curry. So that one lost. Amen Thompson over 7.5 rebounds. This was another tough one because of the physical matchup. The Warriors did a good job baiting him in the foul trouble early. Because he was in foul trouble early, obviously, that's going to be tough to cover that at least 8 rebounds in an NBA playoff game. So that, looking back, shit bet. That's on me. And we got Buddy Hield over 5.5 points. He had 5 points. Good job, buddy. Good job. And then Tyler Hero over 4.5 assists. That covered. That one was sketch. 4 assists in the first quarter. Looking great. And he didn't get that final assist till the fourth quarter. So that one got a little scary, but there it is, 3-3. Tone, go ahead.
You had Butler in one of the 2-man parlays, and he ultimately voided out. So B-Side folks, she had Franz Wagner for 15.5 points. He cleared, and she had Mobley, which we were watching, Lance, 0.5 3-pointers. He cleared that in the first quarter, I want to say. And then she had
Oh, Jeromeo, boy. Ty Jeromeo, boy. B Cypho, he didn't go half of the 19.5. I mean, but this is the cool thing about parlaying and gambling. It's not a true gamble unless it's one of those unexpected, hits. And that's what the Ty Jerome was. She didn't hit it, but if she would have been looking like a maestro. But all in all, you went 2 for 3 because the Butler voided out. So shout out to B Cypho sliding through again. She had $200 on the line and 100 from Lantz. I matched his 100. If she could have went 4 for 4, but she didn't, But that's the kind of stuff we doing over here on the Wanna Parlay podcast. Me and Lance, man, we out here really putting your parlays to the test. We not just talking about it. We putting our money where the mouth is. So back to accountability hour on my behalf. I want to say I went 3 for 7 yesterday, Lance. I'm pulling it up right now. Yeah, I had Orlando for the W. They didn't clear. I had Alfred Sengun for 20.5 points. He didn't clear. I want to say he might have had 20. Banchero, 26.5 points. He cleared. Derek White, 17.5 points. People, I need you guys to look at this stuff too because I have no shame in my game. I'm overly confident when I give you picks. I had Derek White for 17.5. He cleared for 17. He didn't hit, but it was a 0.5. I also had Wendell Carter for 8.5 rebounds. He ended with 8. That's a 0.5. Those are kind of misses that I can take those. I can tolerate those kind of misses, those 0.5s. They hurt, but that lets you know that you were right there. You were in it. Then I had Pritchard for 13.5. He hit. I had Otani for 1 hit. He bounced back and got that 1 hit. Then I had Otani for the stolen base, courtesy of KB, and he didn't hit that.
Yeah. Hey, that was tough stuff. Oh, there's KG in the chat. He's saying Otani was my bad. He said with the stolen base, so he owns up to it. KG's giving you a little shout out, Tone. He's saying, look at Tone repping the Wanna shirt. That's good stuff. It looks good on you. And we got Array, a new name in the chat I haven't seen before at least. Got Nuggets money line, Knicks money line, Thunder money line, Bucks money line, Lakers money line. So are you hopping into tomorrow's games as well, Array? I respect that because we will.
Hey.
Oh, go ahead.
It's a good one. I'm glad you shouted it out. C. Ray, he's from a group chat of mine with the picks. He's a fool with it. See, hey Ray, if you want to hop on at the end of the show, give your picks and take a swing at the $10, you get $2 just for showing face. Go ahead, Lance, take it on. But yeah, we're active.
Yeah. Hey, welcome, my friend. And what I got, we got for accountability hour. Shout out Pops. Papa hopped on the podcast. He won. He earned himself $10 in free play, 5 free entry tickets. So now, so far on this show, the free play that we offer now, the folks are 2-0. B Cypho came in and her 2 picks was Miles Turner over 11.5 points and Giannis Antetokounmpo over 44.5 PRA. That cashed easily. And that, I believe, was 2 days ago when she placed the picks. Yesterday got to claim the rewards. Yesterday, Papa gave Peyton Pritchard over 13.5 points, certified lock, Oregon legend, and that hit, as well as Minnesota Twins money line. Went out there, just heavy baseball favorite. Papa needed one, and hey, they came through. So he will be awarded the 5 free play entry tickets, and he might even pop face on this show just to talk a little shit, because that's who he is. And we appreciate that about him. All right, moving forward. Let's recap last night's games and talk tonight's games. Starting with last night's games, Orlando versus Boston. Great game from Banchero and Wagner, and even Carter Jr., but this team is clearly missing Suggs, a key component, and as well as a little depth. Yeah, even without Tatum, you knew they just couldn't, or at least I was saying, I'm like, it was going to be a closer game, but I'm telling you, the Celtics, they're champions. They're going to win this game. They're not going to lose at home. It ended up happening, but this hasn't been talked about enough. I've mentioned it a couple of times on this show throughout the NBA season, but I keep forgetting because it's the Magic, and who really cares? Not to be on my hater shit, but Orlando, you're not primetime yet. But KCP, Kentavious Caldwell Pope. Holy shit, you are buns, my friend. You can't hit the ocean if you were standing on the end of a pier. You have been so atrociously dog shit for the Magic this year. And it's unbelievable because after a fucking glory run where you look like prime Ray Allen on the Nuggets winning another championship, 2-time champ now, Lakers and Nuggets, This has just been a horrible season from you. I don't know if you stopped practicing basketball or what is going on, but Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, the offseason acquisition by the Magic, he got a pretty damn good deal, has been horrible. And I just want to announce that, I say this because I want you to be better, but my God, it is just brutal stuff you're seeing out of him. So, we wish for the best, but I had to spew that. Tone, go ahead.
Man, funny meme I seen floating around, Lance. They say, man, if you could be a pope, what would you want your name to be? Somebody was like, Kentavious Caldwell. I was like, oh man, that is hilarious right there. But yeah, hey man, we birth good product. We raise good product over here in LA. If you ask me, that's all I can say. I mean, what do you expect? With for about 10 years straight, we had nothing but top 5 picks. And a lot of those guys are floating around the NBA and doing their thing on their own franchises right now. And it just shows you, how our office moves and how we bring in top tier talent, whether it's G League, no draft or draft, we find them over there in LA. But yeah, shout out to KCP. He's been showing up, man. He's been playing phenomenal ball when needed. He's always been like to me, he's like a modern day Mookie Blaylock. He's like a modern day, he can be counted on the wing. He can knock that shot down when needed. If you surround him with enough distractions, then, if he has one job and one job only, then he's a deadly person. And I think that's the kind of system he's in right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to go as far as to say this, and I might be stretching. This might be out of pocket, but when KCP was on the Lakers, he was on house arrest. He couldn't leave the state of California. He was on probation and, couldn't fuck around. So he was strictly business, played basketball, and he was hooping. He was doing a damn good job. Earned him a contract, went to Denver, went to the Nuggets. Not that much to do in Denver. I mean, I know I'm not trying to hate on the city, but, there's not that much nightlife. Went in there and he, won a championship, played great ball, and then signed this deal to go to Orlando. And now he's been fucking around going to strip clubs doing something because 0 for 8 or whatever he shot in this playoff game is diabolical. Can't be done, especially for the amount of money he's making. So, I'm hating on KCP. Go get in the fucking gym and start shooting. Go ahead.
I did not know, Lance, that house arrest story. That is.
Oh, yeah.
Together with Orlando is diabolical.
It's tough stuff. So, KCP here, maybe I should calm down and give you a break. Let's move forward. Miami versus Cleveland. Wow. Did Miami almost make a great comeback, folks? That was good stuff. That was a great game. To watch Hero and to think what he's doing with what he's got, I think it's pretty incredible. I said this yesterday. He's a lot closer to Devin Booker than people are giving him credit for. Tyler Hero's a real player, and you got to keep that in mind. He's nice, and they really got to do something to build around him. I really want to see Giannis Antetokounmpo go there this offseason, but we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure he's still tied up in a huge contract, so it's going to have to be a trade rather than free agency. So we really don't know what's coming forward. But it was a great game, great stuff. Tone, your thoughts? Oh, and wait, before you go, KG Ojo's, you're absolutely goddamn right. Tyler Hero over 2.5 threes was a certified fucking banger lock. And his over 4.5 assists was so goddamn scary. Can't believe we got away with it. Now, Tone, go ahead.
Yeah, Miami, Cleveland. I don't know, man. Cleveland, Boston, and OKC. They're playing some scary ball right now, if you ask me. Miami did look like they were gonna give a good. I thought they were gonna pull it out. To be honest, I thought that might have been the game that they were gonna pull out. It didn't swing in their favor, and the way that it didn't kind of scares me that they may not pull out one. It's gonna be tough. I don't think Cleveland has no kind of fear going down to Miami to play. If you ask me, I mean, Miami has great fan participation and support, this, that, and the third, but Cleveland is on a different high this year. And they're as deep as it can get. I mean, they might be the most deepest team in the league once they had got DeAndre Hunter, if you ask me. I think that kind of made things unfair when you're talking about balance and depth. But I think that one piece was way more of an impact than people are talking about because of the Luka trade and the AD trade and the Butler and the Wiggins. I think that DeAndre Hunter went under the radar, and that is one worth talking about. I mean, he's a two-way player, and I'm all familiar with him again. Atlanta is one of those markets where you don't see our players unless we're playing a big franchise. We don't get many national televised games, so it's hard for you to know what's going on if you're not a fan of this franchise. But might I warn you, DeAndre Hunter, oh my God, he can be a starter at any time. I think he is starting now, but he can I think that's the difference maker right there, Lance.
Oh, you're 100% right. I mean, Cleveland and OKC are both incredibly deep rosters, and you could go back and forth, whichever, between those two. But Cleveland has 8 starters on their roster. Not only their starting 5 with Garland, Mitchell, Strus, Mobley, Jared Allen. Then you go on the bench. You got Sam Merrill, who's gnarly player, he's legit. Ty Jerome, who's legit. I mean, that's who B. Sifo knows. I mean, she bet on his over 19.5. And like you were saying, DeAndre Hunter, that pickup was insane. I was fucking foot stomping it all the way until, of course, Luka Doncic and those trades came in. And those, I mean, how could you not talk about those over DeAndre Hunter? But no, it's legit. And you're 100% right, Tone. There's KG Lo Joes. He says, but neither make the NBA Finals. Ooh.
Neither as in
neither
Cleveland,
Cavs or Cavs Thunder.
Okay, I agree. I'm not 100% sold on Cleveland not making it, but it's going to be Cleveland and Boston. If you ask me, they're going to have to duke it out, and they're going to go from there. And I think they both have great reasons to fight like 300 Spartans. I mean, Cleveland hasn't been there since LeBron, but the crowd, they know how it feels to be there. They know how it feels to have the taste in their mouth. They know how it feels to digest the taste. And Boston is trying to raise that next banner to, is it match LA or?
No, they're ahead of LA. They're ahead of LA, so it would be 19.
Yeah, so they're trying to pull off. We're trying to catch up by the one. And I think Cleveland would love to meet LeBron in the finals. I think that's another unpopular thing that's not being talked about right now. But Lakers making it to the finals and playing Cleveland would feed families. I mean, that would feed families.
Nah, yeah. I mean, if the Lakers make it to the finals, it's either going to be Cleveland or Boston. And so either you're getting a LA versus Boston cinema, or you're getting a LeBron versus hometown Cleveland. I mean, both are incredible. But KG Lo Joe says, LeBron going to be watching the finals with us from our houses. KG, KG, if you don't think it's the Lakers or OKC, I want to hear who you think comes out of the West. But I just want to say one more thing in this Miami-Cleveland series that I think Miami might actually be able to steal one at home in Game 3, because the first game, it was belt to ass. They didn't see any signs of life. It looked like a sweep. But this game, when they really fought and came back, I think it proved to themselves, like, wait, okay, we can beat these guys. Like, we actually might be able to, win and get a couple. So I think maybe in Game 3 or Game 4, they might steal one, but still Cavs in 5 and maybe Cavs in 6, maybe. But Cavs are advancing. But proud of Miami, proud of Tyler Hero for his fight. I mean, he's a real guy. He's real. So let's move forward. Warriors versus Rockets. Wow. With no Jimmy Butler, the Warriors are in trouble. They just don't have another guy that commands any offensive attention when Curry is out there. Like, it's basically a boxing one when Curry's out there. And the refs are letting it be physical. They were grabbing all game long. It's nothing easy. It's pretty insane. I was surprised about the officiating, and I was honestly very impressed because that's Ime Udoka smashing it into the minds of these Rockets, being like, hey, the refs will let you play physical, so go out there and be physical because you're a lot bigger and stronger than these Warriors out there. So personally, I think no Jimmy, no advancing. I really pray for him. I believe we all pray for him to come back from that weird fall from like Amen Thompson being shoved. He got like shoved in the back or something and undercut him. It was a weird play. But Yeah, super physical. The half court sets, it got a slow possession game. And that's what we've been saying. That's what the playoffs is and why it's so much different than the regular season. So, pray for Jimmy. Oh, and hats off to Jalen Green for stepping the fuck up. That was impressive stuff. Shouldered the workload, had the ball in his hands the most. The 2021 draft class is looking up. Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, I am beyond impressed with you two. And I'm so happy I didn't have to watch Fred VanVleet just chuck dog shit shots. He was, I think, under 8 shots, which is just great. Thank you, Udoka, for doing your job. It's awesome stuff. Tone, what do you got?
Yeah. I don't think. I think that was the last win for the Rockets, if you ask me. I'm just not. I don't. Again, like I said yesterday, and I'm not swaying another way. Rockets got the win, which I personally felt like they should have got both, due to the fact that they were the second seed. They split at home. I don't see Rockets stealing not one in the Warriors' home. And I think that right there is the difference maker. I think these next 2 games, if Golden State wins these next 2 games, which anybody knows, beating Golden State in the playoffs at home is their fan base is second to none. You might just see depending on what shirts they want to wear, you might see an ocean of white shirts, an ocean of gold shirts, an ocean of, you don't know, and they're going to be at the top of their lungs. And you're talking about a young team might run into some, turnover might happen, or a block might happen, and then you talking about crowd getting into you talking about these guys staying focused to stay. I don't see it happening in Golden State. They might have to get back to Houston to get their next win, but I think Golden State pulls off, and they're gonna make history being a 7 seed, being a 2 seed. I'm pretty sure it's happened a few times before, but that's just not normal. It's just not automatic. It's second versus 7 seed. It's usually solidified, man.
Hey, we're going to see. Jeremy Cantor with the greatest call out I've seen on this show probably all week. What's up with Kuminga from the tail end of the season till now looks real itchy going into the offseason, depending on how he shows up this series. What y'all think happens to him? I think the Warriors move off Kuminga. They clearly came out into these playoffs, and if it wasn't for the injury of Butler, he would have gotten no minutes. They said he's out of the rotation. They're done with Kuminga. And I think he just doesn't match what they want out of him as a player, because he thinks he's a lot better than he's been given minutes for and kind of the credit for. He's been stuck in this like Golden State jail, and I just don't think he fits their system. They've sat on it for too long. Now his price is probably as low as it's been over his career. So super weird. But yeah, once Butler went down, Kerr really looked down the bench and was like, Kuminga, get in there, because you're the only other like forward that we have that can score on his own. So that's why I'm like, if no Jimmy, I'm telling you, the Rockets will win this series. If Jimmy Butler can't come back, especially if he can't come back for game 3. Now, it will be different. The refereeing will be different in Golden State, which changes a lot. Because I'm telling you, last game, the Rockets were getting away with a lot, being very physical. And one of the recipes that it's been to beat these Warriors, besides the KD era, to beat the Warriors was to out-physical them. Like in 2016, like LeBron and those, the Cavs, like their whole thing coming back from 3-1, like just out-physical them, man. Just keep like bumping, keep banging around. And that's what Udoka, who was the coach that lost to the Warriors as the Celtics head coach. He's played them before. So I sneaky think the Rockets go away in this series, and that's who the Lakers face in the next round. I'm starting to feel that more and more. We'll see how the officiating is in Golden State and if they kind of bail out Curry. But if there's no Jimmy, they're in trouble. They're in serious, serious trouble. So we'll see going forward. All right, let's talk tonight's games. First, we got Pistons versus Knicks. We're in for another good one tonight, folks. After watching the first 2 games, I'm starting to lean more and more with Detroit. Cade Cunningham is that dude. But this game really comes down to if Brunson's going to give up the ball or not. Well, game 2, he was bouncing the ball like no other. Almost reminded me of Clippers CP3 when Blake Griffin couldn't do nothing in the playoffs, and it's just watching the point guard stuck dribbling the ball for 15 seconds in the shot clock. He's got to get the ball to Cat. Cat was a ghost last game. He only had 10 points. I don't even think he had a shot attempt in the fourth quarter. And Brunson honestly went to the locker room during that, so that's also on Cat. Like, Karl Anthony Towns, you're supposed to be the star of this team, or at least 1A or a close 2 to Brunson, whatever you want. But you need to demand the ball, get physical, and get some offense going, because you're obviously not it on the defensive end. We've seen your stats in the pick and roll. It's not good. But you need to... Cunningham assists, rebounds over might be the lock of the night from KG Little Joe's. I agree. Me and my buddy Pops were actually just talking about that exact bet. I think it was listed at 14.5, and I love it because last game, Cunningham put the team on his back. He shouldered the workload and was just out there scoring, getting buckets, scoring 2s, free throws, just doing it the grown man style basketball. But I think this game, Detroit, they got the win in New York. It's 1-1. This is going to be their first playoff series in a while back in Detroit. Cunningham's going to have like 5 first quarter assists, and I think everyone's going to be splashing threes. I think I like the Pistons in this series, and I'm not even kidding. And also, my last point, I just want to, before we get on SGA, for his foul baiting, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, holy shit, Brunson. Brunson is the biggest flop I've seen in a while. I was watching him in that game too, was flopping around like a fish all game long. And I'm slowly, folks, starting to become a Brunson hater. So, I'm just going to put that out there. I'm starting to become a Brunson hater. I'm starting to lose a lot of belief in it. So that's just me. But, Tone, go ahead. Pistons, Knicks.
Pistons, Knicks. Nice rivalry. They're giving us some good ball. They're giving us some good playoff ball. I'm still leaning towards the Knicks way. Hopefully they don't let the Pistons take them out. But I mean, the Knicks, they've been building at this for a minute. These guys have been jailed for a minute, just off of experience and stuff like that. I don't see why the Pistons should be able to beat the Knicks in the 7-game series. But then again, they're young. They've been gelling as well. They gelled more the second half of the season than the first half, if you ask me, because they was really trying to figure out who was outside of Cade, who was going to be the main support, whether it was going to be Tobias or the twin, or they got another long guy over there, a shooter. But Pistons got a lot of pieces. But I think Brunson, Hart, and Cat is on paper, Pistons should not be even split with them right now. It just shouldn't be like that with those 3 pieces. What is that? 2 All-Stars? That's 2 All-Stars?
Remember, you got Brunson, Hart, Bridges, Anunoby, and Cat.
It's no way on paper they should be, so I'm just going to stick with how it should be. Now, upsets happen every day. You know what I'm saying? Players fuck up too. Hey, it is what it is. But, I'm still taking the Knicks, man, home court as well.
Hey, and that's why, the NBA is a ones league. Who has the best player? And that's why I'm like, Cunningham starting to look like that dude. So, we'll see. All right, let's move on. OKC versus Memphis. This might be wraps. I hope the Grizz can do something to make it interesting, but I'm expecting belt to ass once again. The defense combined with just strictly shooters around SGA, the Grizz are no match. And if you look at the stats, Shea's been playing like shit. Shea has not been I think last game he was 10 for 29, and the game before he was like 6 for 20 or something, 6 for 17. He hasn't even been playing well, and they've just been fucking boat racing the Grizzlies. So it's unfortunate. I don't see anything interesting happening. Maybe it could be a good game, but I still have OKC winning and sweeping. Tone?
Agree. Get that broom out, baby. Sweep. Like you said, SGA, I think he been worrying about. He been doing shoe ads and stuff. He's not. He's like, yeah, you guys go ahead. Get your stats up. Round 2, I'll get on top of things. But go ahead, do your thing. Harkenstein and Dort. And Chet, go ahead out the Chet. You can get a dub tonight. Go ahead, man. Take a few more shots than you usually take. SGA just been chilling, and for him to be chilling, and then for them still just to be, they're not even on the cusp of making it interesting. They haven't showed any glimpse of, like competing, or like making it hard for OKC. Like if you watch the game, it is fairly easy for OKC to produce buckets and for them to slow down Memphis. I mean, that's both sides of the ball. If you can score easily and you can slow the other team down when you want, what else is there to do? You can just coast and chill, So yeah, OKC in 4. That's what I see, a sweep. And again, I'm sticking by it. I think this is gonna contribute to the Ja Morant fan base to start rallying for him getting up out of Memphis, or them immediately figuring out and getting some pieces around them, because they do have some pieces they can maneuver around and get something great for. They do have that, but I personally feel like they need imagine if Kevin Durant was to somehow get with Ja. I think they could be cooking with something like that. I think he needs a slightly bigger star than him at this very moment to take Memphis to the level they need to go to.
Yeah, I mean, the only 6'3", who's the only 6'3" guy? I mean, the original Isaiah Thomas, Steph Curry, and I don't know many others that can be a 1. It's Allen Iverson. I mean, I know he didn't win a championship. He ran into fucking Shaq and Kobe, and no one's that's tough. But there's not many 6-footers that you can call 1, and that's gonna lead you to a title.
AI, Chris Paul, Trae Young, all of them are ringless at this moment.
Exactly. Well, and that's the whole thing. That's why I'm like, remember, you're gonna have to pay Morant $300 million, folks. So I don't know. You saw how gnarly it was when Luka left Dallas and the uprising and the riots damn near and the fan base. So maybe Memphis can't do it. But my God, you got to think about moving off him. You have to. You can't pay him in a mid-market, small market, whatever you want to call Memphis. You can't pay $300 million to a 6-footer. I'm sorry. There's some things you can't. How tall was Tony Parker? Well, Tony Parker wasn't a 1, so we don't need to worry about it. But he was about 6 foot. He was a 6-footer. Don't get me wrong. Tony Parker was the man. But when you have Tim Duncan on the backside, because he's 4.
I don't think Tony Parker ever was the one. No. Respectfully.
No, yeah, But hey, Tony Parker, he does have Finals MVPs, which is actually surprising. I think he has 2. 1 or 2. I think he has 2.
I think Mono got one of those. Mono did get a Finals MVP, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean Parker didn't get 2, but I'm almost positive.
I don't know if I know. All right, let's look at this. So we know it's Kawhi in 2014. And then they won in 2007. Tony Parker is the 2007 one. When was their other one? 2005, Tim Duncan. Okay, so Tim
Duncan had a strong case for 05 MVP, but Tim Duncan won it. Okay.
So Tim Duncan had 3 of them. And then Parker had 1 and Kawhi had 1. All right, I had to look that up real quick, folks. There it is. So Tony Parker, come on, give him some flowers. He's real. No, I meant a number 1 option on your team. Sorry, folks. If that's what we're referring to as a 1. Like you can't be the number 1 option on your team as a 6-footer unless you're the original Isaiah Thomas or Stephen Curry. All right, let's move forward. Nuggets versus Clippers. I mean, wow. This should be cinema, folks. We really hope we can get another vintage Kawhi performance or a vintage Harden performance. But I have a funny feeling that the underdog Nuggets are going to win this one tonight. It's just what I believe. I mean, it was a close-ass game, and Jokic didn't even have that great of a game. KG Lil Joe's in the chat saying Murray showing out tonight. I believe that as well. Last game, he was suffering from flu and still played his ass off. So, it should be good stuff. And I'm really excited. I don't really have much because I don't know what's gonna happen, folks. I don't even have a prediction in my head. This has just been great basketball. Awesome stuff. Tone, you got anything?
It's a hoax, people. It's a hoax. I don't know who's over there behind the people putting those lines together, but damn it, Denver is not the underdog. I don't know how the hell that happened, but take it. Take Denver for the W real fast, run with it, and look back in the morning and say thank you, Tone. But God damn it, Clippers is still our little brothers. I mean, they got their own arena now, but damn it, the respect still ain't there. I mean, Kawhi, I think he could come out clawing all he want, but we're gonna see some vintage Jokic tonight. And that's just what it is and what it's gonna be. Yeah, Denver in no more than 6, maybe 5, but maybe 6 just because Kawhi exists. I'll throw a little bit of respect on Kawhi's name.
Yeah, hey, don't get me wrong, and I got to just real quick, then we're going to talk NFL draft, folks, so I hope you're ready for that, because I know that's coming up in the next 25 minutes, and we're bringing on the old co-host member, Jack, our expert, our guy. He's going to talk NFL draft, but I want to just get this out there real quick, because my buddy came or told me, he says, all right, he's like, there's a debate that Kawhi Leonard's better all time than Kevin Durant. And I said, shut your fucking mouth. Don't you ever disrespect Kevin Durant like that again. I know Kevin Durant joined the 73-9 win Warriors. He can't undo that. No one can undo that. It's a soft-ass move. But, folks, don't you ever, ever, ever forget who the Slim Reaper is. Easy money sniper. 35. Kevin Durant. Are you kidding me? All those years that he put in and those years with the Thunder. Remember, only player ever to take Russell Westbrook to the finals, and that's a real stat. 21 years old, 4-time scoring champ, starting from 21, 22, 23. I mean, the body of work that Kevin Durant has had, an MVP, so much winning, and we're going to compare Kawhi Leonard all time to him. I mean, Kawhi Leonard didn't play basketball for 3 years because of injuries. Games matter. You have to, if you can't show up for your team and you're making $160 million, that counts in your basketball. Now, if there's no injuries, of course, I know the what if game. But I'm telling you, from body of work and you line it up, there's no, stop. Tone, I see your face. You're starting to hold on now. I mean, that might have to be a debate for Heat Check next week, because I
was gonna say that sounds like a real Heat Check, Lance, and I'm not gonna dive deep into it, but when the initial statement did have me like Kawhi, Kevin Durant, but likely not scratching the surface more. But I know if I scratch the surface more, I can find more. But I mean, just me. From the natural eye test, I expect one to say Kevin Durant is by far better. But Kevin Durant ain't led no team to no finals. Kevin Durant ain't did too much miraculous stuff as an individual. I would just be fairly honest, outside of scoring. Kawhi did lead a team to the finals and beat a phenomenal team at that. And literally led that team. So I think that makes the discussion just slightly fair. Me, personally, I would say, without analytics, research, and going deep into things, Kevin Durant, again, I would say he's greater. But I'm like, damn, I don't know, because like you said, he cannot delete that. He cannot delete what he did. And what he did is a tremendous move for his career, because without that, where does Kevin Durant stand? So see, when we get into the what ifs, I just don't know. And that's what makes it tough. But Kevin Durant, 2-time champ, 2-time finals MVP, and same with Kawhi.
Kawhi's first finals MVP. The finals MVP could have gotten to anyone because it was a stacked Spurs squad with Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, Kawhi Leonard, and then, all the others that were on the supporting cast. They beat the Heat, yada yada. The 2019 run. Remember the storyline in the NBA, folks. LeBron had just left the East. It was the first time a team could make the finals without LeBron being there. DeMar DeRozan probably would have made a finals if LeBron was never in the East. I'm just going to be honest. They were that good. The Raptors were a 1 seed in the East, and they were legit. Moving forward and keep going. That 2019 run. How does Kawhi and the Raptors win the championship? Because Kevin Durant snaps his motherfucking Achilles and Klay Thompson snaps his ACL in the finals. We were there. We saw it. The stars aligned. Congratulations, Toronto. I'm so happy you guys got to win an NBA championship. You'll probably never do it again, bum-ass Canadians. I'm sorry. I'm a hater. But the only reason it happened is because the stars aligned, folks. It's like, don't get me wrong, a great run, but it's like this argument that Kevin Durant can't lead a team. Like, in 2012, he led Russell Westbrook, the only player ever to lead Russell Westbrook to an NBA championship. Yes, he falls short to the Heatles. And then, the other years he chokes in 2016, 3-1 to the Warriors. I know that. I see that. That's tough. I mean, the Warriors did end up doing the same thing in the finals. Joins the team. I hated it. There's no one that hated it more in this fucking world than me, because I love LeBron James almost to a homosexual point. It's almost that bad. I love him that bad. That's how much I love LeBron James. It's that legit. So when Kevin Durant joined the team, it was the biggest atrocity to my life. It was horrible. It was like a meteor hit the earth. It was just terrible, terrible stuff. But still, he was that dude. He was the best player on that team, and they were belt-to-assing the entire league. He was the one. The whole thing about Curry and he won 2015 because Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving were hurt, and when it didn't happen, he got bitched in the finals, and it was like, oh God, like they were literally in panic. They flew, the Hamptons in New York City, or wherever the Hamptons are. Sorry, I'm not like that, but wherever the Hamptons are, they flew there personally and begged Kevin Durant to join their team, which he did. Yeah, tough. Kevin Durant is a better all-time player than Kawhi Leonard, and I just don't see an argument. And so let's squash it. Well, I'd have to debate that another time, but let's keep moving forward. Let's talk about the NFL draft, folks. We're bringing on Jack, our old co-host, legend himself. I hope he's paying attention and he's here. Jack, can you hear us?
Jack.
There he is. There he is. The return of the great one.
On the boys. He's back.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we were just going on a good rant about the all-time argument between Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard. I think it's blasphemy that you could try to rank Kawhi Leonard.
The NFL draft is starting in 80 minutes. We're having that conversation. What the hell's going on over here? What's happened to the program?
That's why we brought you on, my friend. KG Lojo's in the chat. He says, Jack! Oh, we're fired up to have him back. So, Jack, we haven't covered the NFL draft much on this show. We've been doing NBA playoffs, been yapping that. So I was going to briefly go over it because I don't do much of the draft speculation. I like looking at the results and doing those, but I know you know ball like no other. So I think Cam Ward's won, right?
Yeah, and I got a leg up this year, Lance. I got access to Jer Bear's film software, so I'm on PFF grinding. I actually get to watch the film this year, not just highlight tapes. So I feel pretty good about the opinions I'm bringing to the show today. Cam Ward is certainly one. I think 1 through 3 is officially in the books and done. It's going to be Cam Ward 1, Travis Hunter 2 to the Browns, and then Abdul Carter at 3. I think everyone wins there. I think the Titans, who desperately need a quarterback, get the number 1 guy in the draft at that position. I think Travis Hunter is potentially, the Shohei Ohtani of football, and you're getting a guy who's going to be your third receiver and your second corner and give you 100 snaps a game. Could be like something we've never seen before. And then I really think Abdul Carter is the best player in the draft that the Giants are going to get at 3. So 1, 2, 3, everyone leaves a winner, and I think it's already spoken for. The draft really starts at 4. The question is, are the Patriots going to sit tight and take tackle? No matter who they draft first, it's going to be tackle. But I do think all of a sudden everyone's chalked it up like it's a foregone conclusion that the Jags want to go Genty at 5. So all of a sudden 4 becomes the trade spot because the Patriots could easily slide down and still get one of the top 3 tackles. And I think it's a coin flip between Will Campbell, the kid out of LSU, Membu, the kid out of Missouri, and then Banks, the kid out of Texas. I think you walk away with any of those three guys and some more draft picks because you really got to load up here if you're the Patriots. I think that's your play. So the draft's going to start at 4.
Okay. So you think Gene T goes to the Jags at 5?
All of a sudden, everyone's kicking that up. I actually don't think they should do that. The other idea that I've heard kicked around, though it might be a little high on the value front, which I want to make a point on that in a second, but I heard Tet McMillan potentially at 5 as well. Lacking a true outside number 1 receiver right now, outside of their draft pick, the LSU kid.
Brian
big,
Thomas.
tall receiver. Now you're pairing an offense that looks an awful lot like Trevor Lawrence had at Clemson when he was throwing to Justin Ross and T. Higgins. So all of a sudden, maybe you talk yourself into that. And also, if you're a Tet McMillan believer, the best comp for him in the draft is Mike Evans. And our head coach for Jacksonville just got done being the OC in Tampa. So that's the spot I think could surprise a ton of people. And then a lot of people think Raiders, Genty. Go back and look at the Pete Carroll drafts. There's no way they're going running back at 6. This is defensive player all day. I think it's Jalen Walker out of Georgia. Just got done watching the film. That guy's an absolute fucking dog. And then, it's good. The reason this year is going to be weird, traditionally, it gets pretty chalky. There's kind of an agreed upon, pool of 40 guys that are going to get drafted, and they're going to get 32 are going to get drafted tonight. I think once you get past like 10 or 15 prospects, there is huge disagreement across the board on who goes in front of who. And I think it's a ton of guys that have a ton of production, but have some measurables that drive you crazy and don't necessarily translate to the NFL. And then some guys like your Shamar Stewart coming out of Texas A&M, who at the combine posted numbers that literally only Hall of Fame players have posted that before, that combination of size and strength. But he didn't have the production at Texas A&M. So it'll be interesting to see, does a Shamar Stewart freak out and go really early, like at 12, or does he fall all the way down to the bottom of the first? I got my bets out there, though. So you guys pepper away on questions, and I'll finish up with the action I got going on tonight.
I got KG Little Joe's in the chat. Rumor, Bears are working out a trade with New England to draft GT at 4, and Bears rumor has them giving up their number 10 and their number 41 in a future pick. So that's what KG, I'm thinking, is there any chance you see the Bears do that?
I dig the rumor. They had a 1-2 punch in Detroit for Ben Johnson, so I kind of like pairing him with DeAndre Swift and doing that. I just think it's absolutely nuts if the Bears leave this draft without a starting offensive lineman. And you're going to be sitting right there. If you're going to come move up, why wouldn't you take the first tackle off the board? I did not think skill positions on offense were the problem in Chicago last year. It was a combination of the offensive line and Caleb Williams. Well, we have to see Caleb Williams through for 4 more years. You better get the offensive line fixed so we can actually see what we have in that first pick investment.
Hey, and I actually really agree with that. My whole thing, Jack, and I'm curious why people are so high up on Gene T. I see there's a lot of running backs. I thought are they not being graded the same, or so like
backs. I think we covered it a lot when I was still on the program when we were going through the NFL playoffs. Of 6 of the top 7 receivers didn't even make the playoffs last year in the NFL, and some of your top running backs were absolutely crushing it. And it was a story of Derrick Henry going for over 100, being the most impactful player of that game, not Lamar. It was a story of Saquon Barkley being the guy for the Eagles offense that whole postseason run. So all of a sudden, I do think we might see like kind of a pendulum swing back to a evaluation of running backs. But having said, I think Genty's the only guy. He's going to go in the top 10. And then I think beyond him, I'd be shocked to see any more than one go. And I think it's a coin flip between Amarian Hampton out of North Carolina and Travion Henderson out of Ohio State. I think the Broncos are going to take a running back right there at 21. And I really think it's Travion Henderson. But I just threw down my biggest bet of the night on under 2.5 running backs going in the first round. So running backs are bad for me tonight.
Interesting. Another one I saw, another question. Is there any chance Golden goes before McMillan? Or
yes.
Let me is there a chance McMillan's not the first receiver taken off the board?
Oh, 100% there. And I think it would be Golden. The other guy I've kind of fallen in love with is Luther Burden.
Is that the Missouri kid?
Missouri kid. Now, worth mentioning, Matthew Golden runs a full second of a 40 time faster than Luther Burden. He was 4.29 guy to Luther Burden's 4.39. So both Blazers, but Matthew Golden, I mean, holy shit. So it's just a matter, for some reason, guys that like to line up a little bit more inside tend to get a little bit less love than the true outside X. So that's the only reason. But it's a complete mixed bag when it comes to T-Mac. And so I really don't know. Like, I've heard, and I've kind of talked myself into this belief that he could go at 5. Could also see him slide. Like, I think Vegas has got him out there at like 18.5 or something like that is the over-under. So there's like, he's going tonight. I think for a fact we're getting 4 receivers to go tonight. I just don't know the order of them. I would expect Mbuka to be the last off the board, but go in the late 20s.
Okay. That makes sense. Interesting. All right, I gotta ask you this question because I gotta just hear. Does Shedeur go tonight? Does Shedeur go tonight?
He's going. Tone, this is gonna both drive you crazy, but I think you're gonna like the picture I paint here. Okay. So Adam Schefter comes out today, says for a fact he's not going at 3. So that Abdul Carter at 3 is very real. It didn't happen at 3. I like it. So you're thinking Steelers at 21.
That's what I've heard.
Here's my thing, Tone. I think Jalen Milroe, who the front office, Mike Tomlin, and the Steelers quarterback coach flew out to Tuscaloosa to meet with earlier this week. I think he's your boy at 21. And if they don't take him at 21, it's because they're going to take him in the second round. Very similarly to how the Eagles played Jalen Hurts, who is the comp and the thing they're trying to set up. Now, DK Metcalf, friggin' George Pickens, the best defense in football. I actually can talk myself into that possibly working out because Jalen Milroe is Mr. Intangibles. He's like Dak Prescott behind the microphone, and he is an absolute blazer with his feet. Legit open field runner. Went back and watched his LSU tape. He's got the disease that all failing quarterbacks have, of big shoulders and just can't throw and throw off speed pitches.
What do you call it again? The Brady Quinn's disease?
Brady Quinn disease. Yeah. I had it. It's tragedy. I really wanted to play quarterback. I saw it early on. I just couldn't do it. These big fucking broad shoulders of mine. Anyway, the Shiloh Sanders not going at 21. It'll be Jalen Milroe if they take quarterback. And if they're not taking quarterback, it's because they're going corner right there. And then if it slides, so I still got Shedeur sliding at this point. I've got the Browns, who have the first pick of the second round, coming back into late first because you get the extra year on the rookie contract. You get the 5th-year option by taking a guy in the first round. And the Browns, the only team that could actually make Shedeur happy at the end of this night, because now you're pairing him back with Travis Hunter, and the band stays together, and let's rock and roll.
Wow.
Jack, you're speaking music to my ears now. I mean, I swear, and there's a lot floating around. I don't know if people seen Travis and Shedeur go to the Lakers game the other day, but they were overly ecstatic for meeting the King, and the King gave him all his grace and praise. And I just think that, I think LeBron's support behind them, I think LeBron is going to support them overly extreme, especially once Hunter goes to Cleveland Browns. That's going to be another super reason why LeBron is just going to be bandwagoning Hunter. And, like I said, that's music to my ears to see both. But on the flip side, I don't know if a lot of people don't know, but LeBron is a big Steelers fan. So I can see a double whammy supporting Shedeur over there. Plus, another fun fact. One of Steelers' last black quarterbacks that had some big success, Cordell Stewart, he ran a 4.52 in the 40, and rumors are that Shedeur ran somewhere around that. So they're familiar with that, and I think that's his style. I think that's along his style of quarterback. I don't think they need a flash lightning quarterback like Jalen. I think Shedeur is. I think he's gonna stick at 21. I think they've already discussed this. I feel like Dion's already discussed with Tomlin. They had some back talks and this, that, and the third, so I'm just going to sit back and talk. Now, Jack, you are the fucking master. If both of them land in the complete, I think that would be NFL breaking, highlighting. The band gets back. Oh, my gosh. I didn't even think about it. So I'm with it.
It'd be incredible. All of a sudden, I've got it pegged. By the way, the Cordell Stewart call out. That picture right there, that ball's thrown by Cordell Stewart, my friend. That ball's thrown by Cordell Stewart. That's the Heave, 94, Colorado, Michigan.
That's so awesome. And by the way, I just want to jump in real quick. I don't even know who LeBron's fandom of. I thought it was Dallas Cowboys for the longest time.
I've also seen him in Cowboys.
He hops back to Cleveland. I mean, he's done the LA Ram. He goes. He's done. LeBron's a capper. I love the guy.
He makes a point to be on the winning team, and I can't fault the guy for it.
Hey, neither can I. KG Lil Joe's in the chat says Kirk Cousins gets traded to the Steelers tonight for a draft pick. Can we find odds on that somewhere?
Interesting. The things I'm looking out for tonight, I really want to see a star player get traded tonight. I want to see a star player get added into a trade. And I'd love to see a freak show move of someone come out like a Bengals who are sitting out there in the high teens, come way up into the top 10 and get their pass rush situation figured out, or just a meaningful defensive player. The kid Barron out of Texas, the kind of nickel corners all over the field. He's got just fucking honey badger vibes all over him. Had like 75 tackles and 14 career picks. Like freak show player.
Yeah. All right. Well, folks, there's our draft guy. There's our guy. There's the draft segment. You did. Hey, dude, you did.
I gotta go make my money. Oh. The bet everyone's got to go find if you can get it is take the under on offensive players drafted 15.5. 15 offensive players ain't going, or 16 offensive players ain't going. It's going to be 15 absolutely max.
All right. If I can find that
and
bet,
over 4.5 corners as well, assuming Travis Hunter on your book counts as a corner.
Oh, and not especially. I've seen multiple different lists, but hey, all right. I'm gonna go find those. Those are locks.
Fight such a fight with my bookie if he tries to run me that game right there. Travis Hunter is in a corner. Really? Let me send you a cut up. It's just fucking 1,200 plays long.
Yeah,
of him playing corner.
Defensive player of the year, folks. That's a corner. All right, Jack. Hey, appreciate you coming on. Absolute legend. And we'll see you when we see you.
The show's great, boys. Keep it up. Exciting stuff. Let's talk to you soon.
Later,
legend.
Peace.
Legend.
All right, there it is. It's great seeing those burly shoulders. Welcome back, Jack. Yep. Hey, legend. He's missed. We missed that guy. All right. Well, moving forward, on to the next topic. Heat check. Lantz versus Tone. Bring in the referee. Lonnie Lyle, you better be in that referee shirt because it's heat check hours. All time, the record is Tone 1, Lantz 0. So I need to get in the winning column. Oh, there he is. Lonnie, can you hear us?
Yeah. Can y'all see me?
Yep, we can see you. We can hear you. It's all good. All right, Lonnie, go ahead. Announce what the topic is, the rules, all of it.
First and foremost, Lance, because they think I'm playing today. Did y'all fucking hear that?
Kinda. It picked up a little bit. Go a little soft. I think if you go soft, like that one, I heard better. That one I heard better.
So look, flag on the play already, Lance, and this is on you. I don't know, like how Jack said, what has this show become to where you're thinking that you're almost on homosexuality level with liking LeBron?
Hey, bro, I'm a bronsexual and I'm proud of it.
That was a bit, but I was a bit overdoing it though. Like you could have left that at home.
I will overdo it every time for LeBron James. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. I will stand on a hill. I will die with the sword in my hand. I'm sorry, bro. That's how I love LeBron James.
I'm throwing the flag. I'm sorry. I had to.
I'm taking the flag. 15 yards. Fuck it. First and 25. I'll do it for my king. Come on now.
Fuck it. First and 40. All right. So look, y'all. This is Heat Check with Lantz and Tone, man. I am your referee for the day and every day. Lonnie Lyle, aka Eater Taco. And the topic for today is what the debate for today is. Do you all think that Bronny James should have stayed in college, or do you think that he will eventually be okay in the NBA and not just a G League star? Oh, wait. Where my quarter at? All right, we're going to call it heads or tails. All right, so last time Lance called it. Tone, this time you call it heads or tails, all right?
Tails.
And it was tails.
Okay, so I get to choose who goes first.
Correct.
I'm gonna give the floor to Lance. He put it on me last time. I'll give it to Lance. Put it up.
All right, so I'm answering the question, the debate question of whether Bronny James should have stayed in college or if it was the right decision to go to the NBA. I believe it was the right decision to go to the NBA when he did. I believe this because if he kept going at USC with all the pressure and all the weird stuff, I mean, he had the offseason where cardiac arrest, things like that. He didn't put up the numbers, and there was a lot of spotlight. That's the thing that college basketball brings that people don't talk about, why Jalen Green, why I said you shouldn't go to the G League, you should go to college. You get a lot of media attention. People care when it's March Madness and college basketball. People care. And if Bronny were to stay in college, I don't think he would have developed as well under the limelight consistently and constantly in college basketball as he's done in the G League. He's just working his tail off, trying to keep his head down. He's in the G League, you know, getting as good a training as you can from the Lakers facility. He's with his pops, one of the smartest NBA players, if not the smartest NBA player when it comes to IQ and ball knowledge. And he's just become more comfortable. And I believe that, yes, the G League is going to work out for him and he's going to be a rotational piece in the NBA. And I just don't believe that he should have stayed in college.
Nice girl. You didn't hear that. But Tone, rebuttal?
So my take would be this, and I'm gonna try to take it from a few different angles because I've been fortunate enough to watch Bronny since he was playing, Little League ball. I think the first time I seen Bronny play organized ball was like when he was 9 or 10. So I've been watching him for a very long time play ball, and I've always seen the talent in him. But I just want people to understand this before the heart or cardiac or whatever the scare was, the life or death scare that he had. He was an All-American, high school All-American. And I'm just give people this little fact here for those, because people like to go off their small little eye test on the glimpse that they've seen, and they honestly haven't even been able to see a real glimpse of him yet, unless they're watching G League. If you're judging off of USC, and if you're judging off his minutes played in the actual NBA, you haven't seen Bronny James play. You just haven't. But out of all McDonald's All-Americans, and the McDonald's All-American game started in 1977. And I just pulled up this information because I'm real big on facts and real stats and numbers when it gets to debating. And obviously this debate really isn't against Lance. This is basically, I guess, who can debate the best stance, because we're both Bronny supporters, Lakers supporters, LeBron supporters. Anything that LeBron fucking puts out, we fucking support. Right, Lance? Simple and fucking play. So this ain't against Lance, but since 1977, since the existence of the All-American game, there has only been 2 McDonald's All-Americans that did more than 1 year in college. I repeat. Since 1977, there's only been 2 players that played in the All-American McDonald's game that did more than 1 season, 1 year in college. It's 2 players. One was Doug McDermott, who played 3 seasons for Creighton, and the other was Clark Kellogg, who played 3 seasons at Ohio. Other than that, if you play in the All-American game, what do? You go 1 year college. Because if anybody knows real college ball, you play more than 1 year college ball, you're going to be starting to play to a system. You're going to start playing a whole different way versus having that bag that you really need to be a star in the NBA. Now, if you're only trying to be a piece in the NBA, then more years of college needs to be. And I heard what Lance said. Lance said that Bronny is going to be a rotational piece. I think more than that. I feel like we just can't predict what he's going to be. And with them having that fucking James gene, with him having that fucking James genetic, I'm not putting nothing past him. I think Bronny could be a Ja. I think Bronny could be a Jalen Green. I think he could be all of that. It's all up to fucking Bronny. If anybody knows Bronny, he'd be so focused, man. I just don't know what his ceiling is gonna be. On top of, we was talking about Travis and Shedeur. Don't let fucking Bronny and Bryce team up. Oh, now he has his brother. The media ain't gonna have no fucking. Y'all can't go against 2 Jameses. You can't. It ain't gonna happen because the younger gonna be more cockier than Bronny. Bryce ain't gonna shut up how Bronny shut up. Yeah, I just want to play ball. Yeah, man, he gonna. Hey, man, what? Man, hey, man, yeah. Go ahead. That's my take.
It could be 3 James. Because Bron could still be playing with the youngest son. It could be 3. 3 against the NBA. I'll take the James any day of the week. I ain't gonna lie. Lance, you got anything else to say?
Yeah. So, just hopping back in, I think his Bronny James's player comp is Davion Mitchell. Same size. I mean, because he's small. Bronny is not nearly as big as his father. Right? He's 6'1", 6'2". He's a strong kid. And he's got, size to him. So I know he can play NBA defense and be scrappy and all those. And before this NBA season and G League season, I would have sat here and told you, and I'm telling this is the truth, I would have told you Bronny should have stayed one more year at college to develop. Because I didn't think he was going to get nearly enough game speed and kind of the development that he would get. Like, I don't think G League's players develop as well as college players when it comes to like basketball and the intangibles and making the right plays and things like that. But I was wrong. I was completely wrong about Bronny, especially him going in the G League and averaging the numbers he's averaging and what he's dropped. I was like, damn, I'm really wrong. Yeah, he does. I mean, there's no 55th pick or the 54th pick in the NBA draft isn't doing what he's doing in the G League. So a lot of it, it's, obviously they drafted him off, the dad's name and potential. It wasn't just the dad's name. It's not like it's like a Make-A-Wish kid. He can play. And you've seen him now in the G League. He's putting up real numbers, and, we'll see. But in a couple years, I mean, you still grow as a man. You grow until you're about 25. That's when you're fully developed. Bronny's got still room to grow. He's just a kid, and he's putting up phenomenal numbers in the G League and is working his ass off. I don't think there's any reason why he wouldn't. And that's why I'm like, I'm not doing the star thing. I don't know if he'll be a star. I mean, it's hard to be a star at his size. So I'm like, the Davion Mitchell comp, I think he's going to be a real player in this league, maybe a starter, but, at least a rotational piece. But sky's the limit. Not saying he won't. Sky's the limit, of course. I mean, who knows? I wouldn't have bet Stephen Curry would be the greatest shooter of all time when he came into the league. But there's no reason that some of these haters out here that say he shouldn't be in the league. He can clearly play basketball, folks. He can clearly hoop. So he is in the league for a reason. And I'm excited to see his career going forward.
My last take. I got one more, right, Lonnie?
Yeah, yes, sir.
I ain't gonna get a flag. No flag or nothing, right?
You good for right now. You good for right now.
I definitely double down on what I say, and that's what I will rebuttal on Lance's position. I just feel like, he has a great chance to be something that just people don't know, and just, a lot of people's take, they'll have super weird takes just to try to have a take or something to say about him. And I do hear a lot of people say his size and his small and this, that, and third. But I mean, I'm looking at it right now. Whichever way you want to take his height, a lot of people, he's 6'2", 6'3". On stats right now on Wiki, it says 6'3". I remember on Ricky there or something, they were saying 6'2". Damn it, Ja Morant is 6'1", and he's 174 pounds. Bronny is 210, 6'3". On top of, I will stand by this statement and would love to see it that I'm about to say, but I think Bronny's vertical might be higher than Ja. I'm gonna be fairly fucking honest. People haven't seen Bronny's athleticism. This man is, if you pull up clips of this man doing chase down blocks like his daddy's, damn near hitting the top of the fucking backboard. I'm talking about, and if you freeze frame fucking Bronny and look at his physique, if you look at his fucking calf muscle, nigga, what you out there squatting 900? So I just feel like on top of coming off of a heart injury, I don't think Bronny has pushed it to the limit yet, because he had to test his body back out and see what he's capable of and this, that, and the third. But I think Bronny is going to unlock some shit that people, David, I think is an understatement. Again, I think he can be a Jalen. I think he could be a Ja. I think he could be all of whatever, because he has the size, he has the athleticism, he has all of that. All he needs is the minutes. All he needs is the confidence, which that is building. But I think with that James fucking genetic, we ain't seen shit yet. And that boy ain't gonna have that heart scare again. God forbid. I feel like he just have a healthy career out, and we gonna really see what his potential can unlock. But I just feel like that boy gonna be great.
Hey. So look, KG in the chat, I heard him say earlier that Bronny would never be a star in the NBA. He would just be an asterisk mark.
Yeah, wait, I'll read. Yeah, let me read KG. I'll read the chat right here right now. He says, Bronny will never be a star in the NBA. He will be more of an asterisk. And then he also just asked, he said, ask Tone what he is smoking.
Right.
I like that. I love it, and that's why I say a lot of people, due to who his father is, they have a lot of weird takes. I get it. I feel like that was a more jokey joke take, which time will tell. I would love to let's screen record this KG and let's see how this age. But I just feel like this was the same story with tons of players that are stars now, with the Tyler Heroes, with the Trey Youngs, even with the Ja Morants. Ja Morant rookie year, or even Ja Morant at Murray State, they wouldn't have predicted that Ja would have his own shoe deal or Ja would be the face of a franchise. And it's a lot of other players. A lot of people don't remember Jalen Green came from the G League. He came from the G League. And there's a few others that came from that same Ignite, and he's the star of a team right now. So, I'm telling you guys, Bernie, man, look, Bernie ain't nothing but a beast. Bernie, and when you can focus on sports the way the Jameses do, man, like he ain't nothing but another offspring of his dad. All that drugs, all that clubbing, all of that distractions, all of that this, that, and the third, and that, it just don't exist over there. So I think he has a great upside, man.
Hey, I know normally I shouldn't get a rebuttal, but I just want to say, guys, remember, at 18 years old, before his first college season, he drops dead. Folks, he dropped dead. It was cardiac arrest. Like, it's fucking unbelievable that he's alive. Not only alive, but that he's hooping. He's putting up numbers in the G League, and I get it. So is Mac McClung or whatever. Mac McClung can't play defense like Bronny. I've seen it. We've seen it firsthand. And I'm like, so the haters, I'm like, it's so easy to say he'd be ass. You know how easy that is? Just be like, hey, just hater shit. It's like, he's going to be ass. Like, he's a miracle. He's a miracle. And if you don't give him the credit of that, then don't even bring up his name, because he's a walking miracle. And, shout out Bronny, absolute legend. Keep your head down, keep grinding. Don't listen to anyone else.
So Lance was saying that he should have did one more year of college.
No, I said I agreed with him going to the league.
Oh, okay, cool. So both of y'all are on the same page then. But you're on the same. Okay, so this is an even draw. I'm assuming.
Well, you just gotta. I guess we gotta say who gave the better debate.
I would say Tone did, based on what he said about the G League being from 1977 and only two players had the
McDonald's All-American game. Yeah,
the McDonald's thing. So I think I'm gonna give that to Tone with the facts, because I've never even heard that state like that thing before. I'm like, damn, only fucking two had went past 1 year of college.
And
That's
Doug
crazy.
McBuckets, I mean, he definitely went to KG says they both deserve to lose a point. KG, it's unbelievable. I mean, the Midwest, the Jordan Stains, they can't do it. They just they stay stuck with LeBron's meat in their fucking mouth. They can't do it. They just meat riders. They can't do it. It's unbelievable. Hey, I love them though. I love them. But
I'll let you make your decision, Lonnie. But I got one last take for the Bronny haters after that, and I'll close it at that.
Go ahead. My pick is Tone. I feel like Tone had won, and in my opinion, I feel like he did the right decision. Also, like, he got that James genes in him, and his dad gonna get him right. I feel like his dad and all the trainer will get him right. Like, Bronny gonna be okay in the league, most definitely.
So my last take would be just on the Bronny, man. I mean, first off, and KG's active right now. So KG, name another second round draft pick for me. Just name one. And then people, general public, the world, the earth listening. Do you guys think that any other player with equivalent minutes from the second round drafted did better than Bronny this year? Do you guys think that? Do you guys think somebody in the second round drafted in the NBA did better than Bronny this year? G League and NBA put together. And he was the 55 pick. Do you guys know who the 56th and 57th pick was? Do you guys know who the 54th, 53rd, 52nd, and on down was? And do you guys know their averages? Do you guys know what they did, what they performed? A lot of them guys didn't see a minute on the NBA floor. A lot of them guys didn't average 10 points in the G League. I look it up, fact check it for those who say he don't belong. So how many of them don't belong? How many, if LeBron James doesn't belong, how the hell does all the 50 before him in the second round that got drafted belong, but couldn't average more than him, couldn't get more minutes than him, and couldn't average more than him on the G League squad? I'll just leave it right there. Make it make sense.
I'm with you on that 100%. I'm with you on that. Like, I've been watching Bronny for just as long since he was in Little League playing hooping, man, and he's come a long way. He's a solid player. Like, he knows the fundamentals. You know what I mean? Like, he knows the fundamentals, and he can amp it up whenever he wants to. And like you said, he had that death scare. He's just testing the waters right now. But when he unlocked that shit, fucking beast. Watch this.
Yeah, I mean, to come back, that's why I'm like, not only do you have to give him time just to learn how to fucking walk again, like, bro, give him time. He's like, right now, he's what, 20 years old?
Yeah, I think he's about 20.
I think he's 20.
Yep.
At oldest, he's 21. Oldest, he's 21, but I think he's 20 right now. Like, in 2 years, I guarantee you see him on the Lakers roster. Maybe even, probably not next year. He probably needs one more development year in the G League. Dude, he's going to be fine. He has LeBron James's genetics. He has James genetics. Like, that athletic ability, you can't just find on the street. Like, he can jump out of the gym, just like Tone was saying. And I'm like, man, just give the kid some time. Everyone's so quick to jump at his neck because they love to hate on LeBron. It's like, Jesus. It's like... Oh, it's unbelievable. So I think it was a good debate. It was kind of tough because we were on the same side, but I guess Tone's 2-0. Tone's 2-0 against me. Jeremy Cantor asked. He says he was asking what the debate was again. It was whether Bronny made the right decision going to the league rather than staying in college. We both said he should have went to the league. At first, I was a college guy. I thought he should have stayed one more year and developed there. But then after I saw what he can do in the G League, I'm like, no. He made the right decision. He's going to be all right. He's getting way more touches and way more just basketball experience in itself being in the G League rather than being in a college system stuck at USC. I mean, doing the whole thing. I mean, USC was butt booty cheeks ass this year, so it don't even matter. Like, get him in the G League, get him going to NBA game speed. He's gonna be all right. All right. Is that wraps for Heat Check?
Almost fun fact. One last fun fact to make the Jordanettes mad. There's a lot of the greatest people, and I know because I be saying some outlandish shit, but again, I'm telling you guys, I try to speak nothing but close to facts. I told you that he probably can jump out the gym, probably jump higher than Ja. I don't know if that's a fact or not, but let's just put that out there. Bronny James clocked in at a 40.5 vertical jump. The other players that are around that is Zion Williamson, Spud Webb, Zach LaVine, LeBron James, Shannon Brown, Nate Robertson, anybody familiar with these players? Anybody familiar with these names that I am saying, then you know what's going on. Michael Jordan had a 48-inch vert, by the way. So just so you guys can get your panties wet over there. Jordan had a 48. LeBron had a 43, something around there. And Bronny is at a 40.5. You know what all these guys did in the air.
And Shannon Brown, quick shout out. That motherfucker snatched that fool off the glass. I don't know who it was, but if you remember that one, just fucking one hand. Oh man, good stuff. All right.
That was Heat Check, man. That was Heat Check with Lantz and Tone.
That was Heat Check, folks. Should we hop into tonight's picks?
Let's get it.
I'm gonna start with mine. I'm going with I really only have one on the board, or a 2-team parlay, and I know I should have a player prop for Wanna, but I forgot. That's me. I just have Pistons money line and Nuggets money line parlayed. I think those are easy. The Pistons one's gonna be a grindy game, of course, but I think Cade Cunningham's that dude, and I think they're gonna be fired up to be playing at home in the playoffs for the first time in a while, and they're just gonna be firing. And I think the Knicks are in a lot more trouble than they think. Give me the Pistons, and then the Nuggets. I think people are glazing the shit out of Kawhi after that last performance. And, it's a little too much, and I think the Nuggets bounce back, especially Jamal Murray. Nuggets, Pistons, money line, lay, book it. Tone?
All righty. Let's see what I got on this board right here. We're going to start with the money lines tonight. Pistons W, OKC W, Denver W. Straight like that, no other way. I'm going to roll the dice tonight. I'm a real stubborn parlayer. I took the Angels last night for the W. They failed me. I took the Angels again one of the other nights. They failed me. So I'm going to take the Angels again tonight. Angels for the W. Angels, that's over in baseball. Diamondbacks for the W. That's baseball. Texas Rangers for the W. Cubs for the W. And the Cubs is tomorrow. But I'll go ahead and give you that ahead of time since it's on the board. Now, over on my player props, I got Malik Beasley, 14.5 points over. Shea Gildress, 31.5 points over. Desmond Bain, 20.5 points over. Jaren Jackson, 19.5 points over. Ja Morant, 1.5 3-pointers over. That's Desmond, Ja, and Jaren I'm taking. Points, threes. Luke Kennard, 0.5 3-pointers over. Chet Holmgren, 15.5 points over. Zach Edey, PRA, 19.5 over. And last but not least, Isaiah Harkenstein, 9.5 rebounds. I feel like that boy and Edey, they just gonna be headbutting all night, chest bumping and hip knocking. So it's just gonna be boards after boards after boards until whoever fouls out. But yeah, Harkenstein 9.5 rebounds. Take it or leave it. There you have it.
It. And Tone, I like that you stand with the Angels, man. Look, stay down till you come up, brother. Stay down till you fucking come up.
Hey, let me before you get started, because you said that about the Angels, and those are my Halos, and they are just known, and I know them, and they're my favorite disappointment that I love and support. They might disappoint you. It's just they are fucking so fraudulent, and they do this every year. So I'm like, if they get swept by the Pittsburgh Pirates, do not be surprised, folks. Go ahead, Lonnie.
Hey, y'all. So I actually have my picks on an Arby's receipt. I just wanted to say that. I'm the only one that's keeping them in business. I just wanted to say that. I have Jalen Brunson under on points for 29.5. I don't think he's going to get 30 points. I don't. I got Memphis for the win. I think that they're tired of losing. Fuck it. Let's just get one win. Like, we cannot get a fucking sweep. I know that y'all said a sweep. I don't think it's going to be a sweep. I got Edey for over 10.5 on rebound. Like Tone said, they're going to be battling in the paint tonight. Watch this shit. And I got Drew from Tampa Bay pitching 4.5 strikeouts over.
All right.
That's what I got.
All right.
That's what I got.
Well, folks, you heard it. And my guy never came through for the interview. Super unfortunate. So that sucks. It looks like.
Lonnie, what was that second pick? Because I'm putting him down on the board. What was that second one? Did you say Knicks W?
No, I said Memphis.
Memphis, gotcha.
Yeah. I think Memphis tired of losing, man. Like they don't want to be laughed out the fucking NBA, man. They want to show that they belong in the playoff also. So I think Jock gonna have an amazing night though. Him and Edey, yeah.
That's what I said. That's what I told Lance yesterday. I think Memphis, if they steal any game, it's gonna have to be this one.
If they lose,
what do we got, Lance?
That's it. That's all I got.
All right. Well, this was the Wanna Parlay Podcast, home of everything Wanna Parlay, the proud father of the $2 parlay and the world's richest parlay, where every day people are turning $2 into $2,000. Today was a great show. Thanks to our boy Jack coming on and talking NFL draft. And then, of course, Lonnie Lyle, our referee here for Heat Check. That was good stuff. I'm still winless in our new segment. 0-2. Tough stuff. But we'll be back same time Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, celebrating more Wanna winners, updating you on the latest Wanna leaderboards, and talking about all things sports. Folks, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel as it helps us tremendously, and we always appreciate your support. Jeremy Cantor in the chat says, yo, shout out to Arby's. I'm tailing that whole slip. Certified legend. And remember, folks, we will now be giving a $2 entry ticket to anyone that shows face on this podcast. And when you do so, you have an opportunity to give us a 2-man parlay. And if that parlay wins, you will earn $10 more in entry tickets, which will give you the opportunity to win thousands, folks, thousands on Wanna Parlay. So get right. Get with the times. Join Wanna Parlay and join this podcast. Be brave. Tone, you got anything?
For sure. Just a few specifications. Like Lance said, we're the only ones that's doing this on podcast. $2 just to show your face. A few more rules from the headquarters. We are not allowing you to do a money line in the 2 pick no more. It has to be 2 player props. 2 player props. I guess that the headquarters felt those money lines was a little too easy for you guys. But come on and get some of this free money, get some of these free slips, and have an opportunity to win $2,000 or more. Yeah, let's get it, Lance.
All right, folks. Like I said, Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. See you there, and adios.
Pull out your phone. Yeah, Tone. If you wanna parlay, down low on a parlay. I just hit a parlay. I'ma throw a party. If you wanna parlay, down low on a parlay. I just hit a parlay. I'm about to throw a party.
I just woke up in time to check out my parlay from last night. I hope it's a good day. If I'm on top the leaderboard on Wanna Parlay, that mean it's a good day. Oh yeah, I forgot that the Hawks played. I bet you Jordan Poole have an off day. Guaranteed Travis Hunter made a mouse play. If so, I done cashed on my parlay. 2 picks, 4 picks, 6 picks, 7 picks. Pick your poison. Wanna Parlay, then download the app right now. Come on, join it. If you lose one time, gotta keep on going. Flip them winners, gotta stack them coins. Stay in the race like Jackie Joyner. You'll win if you stack them points up. NBA, CBB, MLS, NFL, MLB. Take your time, build your slip. NHL, MMA, UFC. Yeah, you can go big on big. Yeah, or you can go small on small. World Series, Super Bowl, March Madness, championship, win them all.